First video on the SR4 YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing Prem predictions from a Sunderland fan's perspective. Got the scarf on and everything. However, obviously we can't have too much of an opinion on the Prem as we are stuck in the Championship, but hopefully next season push for playoffs. But yeah, we'll just get into things straight away. Right, 20th, and I know everyone is going to put Bournemouth 20th, or at least in the relegation zone, but realistically they are a Championship club. The stadium's tiny, and I know it's got nothing to do with club size, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying they've lost Cahill, right, and for what reason? That man had his whole career in the Prem, and even if he is getting on a bit 36 or whatever, obviously he's not going to be at the top of his game. They should at least keep him at the club, coach people or whatever it may be, behind the scenes business, just a bit of enthusiasm. But no, they've got rid of him, and for what reason? But anyway, they've got rid of him, and they've brought in two players, Rothwell and Fredericks, but realistically, them two signings aren't going to save this club. They're going to go straight back down, either 20th, or maybe they can scrape away from relegation, but I really doubt it. But even if they go down, parachute payment all the way back up, they will be fine. But yeah, 20th, I'm sorry Bournemouth fans, but it's going to have to be you lot. Right, I know this is going to be unpopular, but 19th I have gone with Brentford. Now, I do know that Brentford had a somewhat decent season last year. Obviously, not the best, but yeah, decent for a team that just been newly promoted. However, they're going to lose Ivan Toney, or they might not, but I believe they will. And they've also lost Ericsson, or at least he's without club. They have brought in like Valencia and a few other players, but realistically, I don't think it's going to be enough to save them. I think second year curse, which is a bit superstitial, but I don't think they're going to do too good anyway. So if they don't go down, I'm not seeing them place highly. I am also not the biggest fan of Brentford. Like, I don't think they're the worst club in the world, but I don't hate them, obviously. I just think they are a bit small for the league, and I also think that the home fans can be somewhat embarrassing, clapping when you score, etc. Obviously, I don't hate the club, and they are a decent, like, community family type institution, if you will. But yeah, 19th Brentford. We'll move on to 18th. Right, 18th, and this one might be a bit biased. I really don't like Leeds, but they have just lost Calvin Phillips, or at least at the moment, it's in negotiation still, I believe, but realistically he's gone, right? 45 million's coming in, something like that, which is good money. They might be able to bring in better players, but the squad depth's awful. They're losing arguably their best player, and they've already had a really bad season last year. It looks likely they could go down, if not the newly promoted sides. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil the video, but I don't obviously believe Nottingham Forest, and Fulham are going to go down, but there is a very high chance they could. However, that being said, Leeds, yeah, 18th, squad depth low. I also don't think they're going to do much with the 45 million, and I don't actually believe in that new American manager very well. I've forgotten his name, which isn't great, but I don't think he's going to do too great, but prove me wrong by all means. But yeah, 18th Leeds. Right, 17th, avoiding relegation, which I don't think Southampton fans can be too annoyed about, especially when they've lost Fraser Forster. They've also lost, or they're currently in the process of losing James Ward-Prowse. If I was James Ward-Prowse, I'd be gone. Southampton aren't a promising side. They're not going to do great. Maybe 15th if they're lucky, maybe 10th, right? But James Ward-Prowse is world class. He should be going to the likes of the top four, or, as we know, he's been in talks with West Ham. And if he goes to West Ham, that's a good signing, right? For them, and also I don't think that's a bad move for him. But yeah, I don't believe Southampton are going to do very good. They also had a pretty bad back end of the season, right? And they're losing players, and they're probably not going to bring too many in. Southampton have a habit of losing players and then not really replacing them. But yeah, right, this one is a bit out there, but we're going 16th, Wolverhampton Wanderers, or Wolves, if you will. But I'm going Wolves because a few reasons. I know it's a bit out there, and I know they've got Adama Traore coming back, I believe, from Barca or whatever, so they could do really well. And I know they had a decent season. However, they had a really, really good start of the season, and then second half, if we have a look at the league tables, they actually finished 16th, 17th, like really bad in the last like 10 games. And I know the last 10 games don't mean everything. However, the last 10 games are the last 10 games of Prem football they've played. So I'm not going to say they're going to go down, and I'm not even going to say they're going to do that bad, but I think 16th is plausible, if you will. Probably more likely 12th, 13th, but I just don't think they're going to have a great season next year compared to what they've been used to in the past few years, basically. 15th, I'm going to put Nottingham Forest. Now, from coming up from the Championship and then finishing 15th, it's not awful, right? A lot of clubs obviously go straight back down, and that is the most common thing because it is a big step up. But I just think Nottingham Forest are one of those teams where they deserve to be in the Prem. Like, I know that's not how it works, obviously, but I think they're going to do alright, and I've got no evidence to back that. They're losing players. They've lost Jenkinson, 2 other players. I don't know the Nottingham Forest squad. They're probably going to lose Samba, if not already. I think that's his name. But yeah, they're losing players, and I don't think they're signing anyone either. But realistically, it's a prediction. Anything can happen, so I am going to put them 15th. But yeah, my evidence about that is little, if you will. I'm going to do 14th for Villa. Now, my reasoning, I don't have many, and it's mid-table, so it doesn't really matter about these clubs. These are just clubs I don't think I'm going to do too good, or maybe not too bad, right? Just sitting pretty okay. I don't think they're going to be in a relegation battle, but I think they're going to fall off a little bit. But yeah, Villa, because obviously they lost Target and people like that, but they have got likes of Coutinho, so they could do well. And Gerrard, I don't fully believe in Gerrard. I don't think he's going to do that great at Villa in general. But yeah, mid-table, I think they'll be obviously okay. Right, so Everton, I could have put them higher, but I'm going to put them 13th. Now, I really did want to put them like 10th or 9th, but I think it is a bit unrealistic. They were in a relegation battle last year. But with people coming in the transfer window, hopefully, I don't know who they're linked with, but it's all down to, like, I know it's played on the pitch, but it's all down to who these people sign in, or who these clubs sign in the summer. But other than that, I think Everton could do really well. They've got people in their club that are definitely like top table level, like top 10 level, like the likes of Pickford, Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like, these are unreal players, like, there is no doubt in my mind. But just they didn't link last year, and obviously there was behind the scenes problems, but I think they could do well this year. So I'm going to put them 13th, but it could go a lot higher in my opinion. 12th place, I'm going to put Brighton. There's not really much to say other than they have lost Basuma, so it could be lower, but then again it could be higher. They did get a decent amount of money off that, so they could go and invest. Realistically, Brighton are one of those clubs where I think they'll be safe, but where they finish, other than that, they could finish 15th, they could finish 5th. Well, probably not 5th, right? They could finish 15th, they could finish like 8th. But them like positions are realistically the same. You don't maybe 8th, I think you might get Europa Conference, but you don't exactly get anything more from finishing 9th than 15th. You're just safe, but you don't get any like European football. So I think they'll be fine. I just don't think they're going to get any European football, and I don't think they're going to be obviously in a relegation battle. So yeah, Brighton just mid-table, but I've gone with 12th. And this is so out there that people are going to think I'm ridiculous, but 11th I've gone with Fulham. Now, this could be just pure delusion and a bit of nostalgia. I'm thinking the Fulham I remember are Berbatov, and the likes of him, and they're a mid-table pushing for Europa League club. They played in Europe 10 years ago, maybe less, maybe more, but they played in Europa League in my lifetime. Like, Fulham are a decent club, and I know the past few years, bit of yo-yo and, you know, going straight back down, but I really believe with the likes of Mitrovic and what they've done in that championship, that's probably arguably one of the best ever championship sides. Now, I know it's completely different and the step up and everything, but this is just a little bit of an out there prediction. I think 11th, and if they get it, unreal, they're going to be absolutely buzzing. And if they don't, then I think it's going to be okay, because I think they're going to stay up regardless. Mitrovic can bang in at least 10 goals, maybe 15. Like, he'll be the star man. And I know they've lost Carvalho, I believe it is, and they probably will lose a few more players. But I think if they have an okay transfer window, they're going to do alright. However, yeah, it could go completely wrong. They could go down. But 11th it is, in my opinion. 10th, I've gone for Palace. Now, I think Palace can have a really good season next year. They've got the likes of Gallagher, Guy. They've got good players. We all know. Mitchell, whatever he's called. Anyway, they've got players, is what I'm trying to say. Like, good youngsters, and then good talent up front. Benteke, if he's still there next year. Elise, I believe his name is. Anyway, it doesn't matter what the names are, but they've got good players, as we know. And if you have a look at the back end of last season, they would have finished 9th if it was obviously just based off that. And I know I keep mentioning that, but I think that is really important. So yeah, if they hold on to players 10th, if not, maybe 12th, 13th, you know, I don't think anything bad's going to happen. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good season for Palace next year. Don't really want to talk too much about this one, but yeah, Newcastle 9th. obviously they're going to do well. They could even get higher. But it's blood money at the end of the day, so I'm not really too fussed about it. They could win the Champions League if for all I care, and you know what, fair enough on them. But realistically, they've been bought out by the richest people in the world, so have they really earned it? No. So at the end of the day, Newcastle are going to finish 9th. Is what it is. They could even finish higher than that. To be honest, I think I'm being a bit biased here and putting them lower than they could actually get. But yeah, 9th. They've obviously brought in Target and Nick Pope, who I think are bad signings. I mean, Target maybe not, but Pope, like, he's a Burnley keeper. They let in loads of goals. You know what I mean? Like, they went down. But it's fine. Newcastle are going to finish 9th. Great, good on them. But Sunderland are going to win the Championship. And we have morally sound owners, so I'm happy with that. Alright, 8th, Leicester. Now, everyone thinks, like, at the end of every year, people go, oh, Leicester, they're going to fall off. Like, they sold the players, whatever it may be. And I'm not even looked at who they're going to sign or who they're going to sell. I honestly don't care. Leicester do this year after year. They constantly finish in the top half of the table. Like, well, after they won the league. And I just don't see them as ever falling again. I think they are a top 10 side. Maybe not top 6 like people say. But yeah, definitely a top 10 side. Like, they are a decent club. I think they've got the financial backing. I think they've still got some good players in there, like the likes of Maddison and Vardy, who are always going to be performing, right? Whether they have a bit of off spells and that, they're always going to be at that top level, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to put Leicester at 8th. That is, yeah, 8th. Obviously missing out on Europa League Conference, but they could get a lot higher because obviously they don't have the Europa League Conference to focus on this year. But yeah, I just think they're constantly always there, and I don't see them falling, like, again, really. I think the top 7 is the hardest to predict, but I'm going to put West Ham in 7th. Now, not because I think they're necessarily going to have a bad season. Obviously, they did fall a little bit from grace last season. However, they still guaranteed themselves a bit of European football, which the Hammers are going to be loving. Realistically, they've been in the mud for a long, long time, and they deserve this. And I think they're going to get it again the year after. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be pushing for much. They've obviously lost the likes of Yarmolenko, Mark Noble, and even though Mark Noble obviously didn't do much last season, having the likes of him in the dressing room can be a massive plus, because obviously they have a lot of youngsters, Bowen, Rice, but yeah, I think they're going to be okay as long as they don't lose Rice. Now, I know obviously that could be a possibility, and it probably will be. I think there's a chance he could stay. He loves West Ham realistically, and I know we're seeing a lot of people who have like been in like the likes of Grealish, the likes of Calvin Phillips, and they are both English, and they've been at these clubs that are the boyhood clubs, and then they're leaving, and I know that's like increasing now, or like there's a less of like club loyalty, if you will. Mark Noble may be in a dying generation, but I think Declan Rice has the capability to stay at West Ham and maybe, hopefully, bring them some silverware, because everyone likes West Ham, obviously, unless you like Tottenham or Millwall, but the rest of us will like us. So yeah, I'm thinking 7th, but could be higher, and they could also be a lot lower and fall out of European football. But anyway, we'll go with 7th. 6th, a bit of an unpopular one. I know they were pushing for the Champions League, and I know they have the capability of doing really well. I just think that it's Arsenal. They've got so many young players, and it's Arsenal. Like, they bottle everything, and they have been recently. And I don't even hate Arsenal. I'm not too keen on them, but I think 6th is fair. Like, I feel like the likes of United, Tottenham, Chelsea, obviously City and Liverpool are just better, right? And I know obviously United haven't had the best of last season, but they've got a bigger budget, and they also have Ten Hag coming in, who is a better manager than Arteta. Like, Arteta's done really well, and I was a doubter, but I just don't think they have the squad depth, and I don't think they have world-class players at the capability, so I'm going to give them 6, but that might be very harsh, and I could see definitely how you could put them higher. Chelsea 5th. I don't like them, is one of my reasons. 2, they've got Rudiger. Well, they don't anymore, that's one of the reasons he's gone. And 3, I just think everyone above them is better. But yeah, I don't have other reasons. I just don't see them doing well. Is that that's my reason. 5th place, because I don't like them. I think finally it could be Man United's year. 4th place, Champions League, hopefully. I like United, right? that's obviously not the reason, and obviously that was joking about the Chelsea thing. I just think there is better clubs above him. Ten Hag's a good manager, and they could bring in good players here, right? This is their summer. They could keep Ronaldo, maybe not. Pogba's obviously gone, but not Ronaldo. And Bruno Fernandes, he's gone. They're detrimental to the club. Pogba isn't like he's an amazing player technically, but he's not been good for United. And Bruno Fernandes is greedy. That man is not good. Like, it doesn't matter how good he could be. Potential isn't what wins your games. What wins your games is passing the ball, first of all, scoring goals, second of all, and just being an all-round team player. And he's none of those things. He's useless. And Pogba is also very lazy. And he just doesn't work with United. I'm sure if he goes to Juventus or wherever he's gone, I don't actually know, I'm not too sure. But he'll be great, and I'm sure he'll fit in the team system. And to be honest, Pogba is a class guy and an unreal footballer, but he's just not done it at United, sadly. And that's just the way it is. But yeah, I think they're going to be fine, and I think they're going to do really good. It's United at the end of the day. They always somehow end up getting European football, even when they do bad. So I think if they do good, then they could just get top 4. Liverpool third. I just don't see it being there. Once again, there isn't much reason, and they have lost Mane and they have lost Origi, who are two crucial players in that squad. But then they've also got Nunes and they've also got Carvalho, but he's not the best. He's good, but is he really Prem level? But anyway, I think Tottenham and City are better, and I think they've had a better window so far. So yeah, Liverpool third, not much to say, and I think I am being a bit biased here because I don't like Chelsea and I don't like Liverpool, and I've put them pretty bad. Liverpool finishing third isn't good for them, I would say, because I think they should be pushing for pushing for the title, obviously, and I don't think they are going to be doing that. I think it's going to be 2-horse race between Tottenham and City, and I know that is quite out there. But yeah, anyway, Liverpool third. Sorry to all the Scousers out there, my bad. In second place, we've got Man City. Nah, I'm joking. It's Tottenham, but I thought that would be funny. It obviously wasn't. City are obviously going to win the league. There is no debate, but we'll move on to why Tottenham are getting second. Right, Tottenham second. They've had an unbelievable window. Basuma, whoever else they've got, basically. There's someone big I'm missing, but they've basically got. They're going to have the best window in the Prem, in my opinion. However, they don't have Haaland, do they? And they're not City. So they're not going to win the league, but I think they could push for it if they're lucky. But I just really see them having a good year. I think Tottenham are the type of club where they don't win stuff. We know that there's this little joke that Tottenham don't win trophies, but they are a good team and they do very well. Champions League finals, second place. In the past 10 years, they have been a good club. They just don't win it, and I think it's going to happen again. Sadly, they are going to finish second, and to be honest, I don't see them doing much in the Champions League. But they're in it at least, so they've got that to boast about. But yeah, second place, they're not City, and City are going to win the league once again, and maybe even the Champions League hopefully this year. I don't really like City, but at least I want an English club to win it, unless it's Liverpool. Alright, City first. However, Tottenham, I remembered it's Perisic and Fraser Forster, but anyway, City are going to win the league, right? I know they're going to lose Fernandinho, or they've lost Fernandinho, and I know probably Sterling, and maybe a few of the people are going to go, but City have two Prem winning sides. They could literally, all their first 11 could be injured, and they'll probably still win the league. They are unbelievable. They can buy, they can sell whoever they want and whoever they need, right, basically. And they needed a striker, and guess who they've bought? The best striker in the world. They've bought Haaland. I know people are saying, Mbappe, I'm more of a Haaland man myself, but anyway, they've bought the best striker in the world, or one of them, and he's going to do bits. There is no debate, will he do it in the Prem? He will do it in the Prem. This man is unbelievable. So yeah, he's definitely going to be an unreal signing. And then on top of the already winning, title winning team, they're going to do amazing, and I think they're going to be top by a lot, unless Tottenham do really well. Realistically, I think Tottenham need to win every game. They can't lose to the likes of Brighton and Norwich. Well, not Norwich, but you know what I mean. They just can't lose Tottenham in order to win the title, and I just don't see City slipping up. So yeah, City are going to win the league, and this video is ending. So yeah, that's basically it. Obviously, this is the first video. If you want to see more, like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and comment your Prem predictions. I actually do want to know. But yeah, cheers guys.